Hello, friends. Today, let's talk Steph Curry, in particular the 2009 Upper Deck Rookie Card, number 234 in a PSA 10 grade. I want to talk about what this card is worth, as well as some entrance and exit points that I personally would be considering on a card such as this. So first things first, let's take a look at the graph. Pretty steady Eddie, that is for sure. So we do see some outliers. Obviously, $549.99. That was probably, I'm betting, a buy it now kind of option. $380. Somebody got a steal of a deal. So those are your two outliers. But everything else is relatively consistent into that mid $400 range. As far as the card is concerned, super classic, old school, 2009. Let's get back to the throwback cards that aren't so flashy. You know what I mean? Anyways, as far as this data sets, we did take 15 data set points over the past few months. These are the most recent sales that I could find on this card in a PSA 10 grade. I will be honest with you, there was one outlier. There was a buy it now that happened. And it happened at an extraordinarily high price. And it seemed like such an anomaly that, it really didn't have much value as far as trying to establish a true value for this card. So I left it out. Everything else, though, that I could find, I did incorporate into this. Yellow, green, and orange are the most important numbers, of course. Yellow represents the average bid price that was made that actually won an auction or a buy it now. So that means that on average, people spent $454.87 plus $432 to get this green, which is your out the door price. $459.19 is basically what buyers were spending in order to get their hands on the Steph Curry card. But is this the value of this card? I would say most definitely not. And don't be fooled if you're in a card show. Don't let them tell you, hey, these are the past 5 comps. Let's take an average of that. That's exactly what they would want you to do, because guess what? They're also not telling you that most of these sellers, I should say, are paying a fee. And that fee generally ranges from 13 to 15% on their auction. So I'd like to take 15% or so off the top on the card, and that gets you this number here, $386.64. That is what I would consider fair value for this Steph Curry basketball card, this rookie card that's out there. So now where's my entrance point? I generally like to get in the bottom third of the bids here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 374 would be a bit of an entrance point, but notice right above it, we're dropping off hard. So I would say that 353.60 is my entrance point. It's what I'm offering if I see this card in a show. If I want to really hopefully get lucky on a bid, that would be an option as well. However, we did see that 380 really was the lowest. So let's be honest with ourselves. This is one of those cards that, there's a pretty limited amount of them. It's from over 14 years ago. So we do have to consider that. And it's just hard to get your hands on it. This was a data set that came from over 2 months of sales, which is pretty impressive that there's only that many of them out there. So anyways, value on this card, $386.64. That's what I would put fair value at. $353 would my hopeful entrance point, but I'd be willing to go up all the way to the orange number personally, because I do think that there's some staying power in this card. Exit points, I like to be in the bottom third. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like we're looking at $460 as a total win price, exclusive of shipping, of course, and that would be a $391. So, of course, if you can get in that $350 range, good. Great for you. You're very lucky. You can make some profit out of this pretty easily by swinging it, maybe over on eBay, or by just selling it personally. But if you're anywhere closer to this orange number, might not even be worth the effort, right? At that point, looks like you'd have to sort of stick with a buy it now option around that 550 range if you could swing it. And then again, you might be waiting a little bit of time to make it happen and then lose out on other opportunities that are in front of you. So That's what I think this card is worth, and those are my entrance and exit points. Let me know what you think yours would be on a card such as this. I would be happy to hear. Take care, friends.